Sagittarius. A celestial alert arrives at the beginning of September. Stay extra alert. Sagittarius, listen closely. The winds are shifting and you can feel it. Can't you? That quiet tension that hums beneath your everyday life. As if the universe itself were holding its breath before something monumental unfolds. You might think you're just going through the motions, answering messages, solving small problems, keeping pace with the rhythm of routine. But on another level, invisible forces are watching, weighing, and preparing you. This isn't coincidence. It's a summons. A celestial alert is coming at the beginning of September, and it carries the unmistakable energy of destiny. It's not a gentle nudge. It's a trumpet call from the higher realms asking, are you ready to live as the leader you were always meant to be? You may not feel prepared, but that's the paradox of true calling. The universe never asks permission. It chooses those already forged in silence, tested through adversity, refined through years of invisible effort. Every trial you faced, every disappointment that forced you to dig deeper, every moment you stood alone while others retreated. These were not punishments, Sagittarius. They were your sacred training ground. September will mark the unveiling of what all that pain was preparing you for. So stay alert, not with fear but with reverence. Something vast and extraordinary is forming in your orbit. And when it arrives, your only task will be to step forward and say, I am ready. Gate 1, the summons of the archer. The call to step into divine leadership. Sagittarius, every soul has a moment when destiny stops whispering and begins to command. For years, the signs around you have been subtle. An instinct here, a coincidence there. A recurring nudge that something larger was waiting. But as September approaches, that gentle rhythm is quickening. What once felt like chance now feels deliberate. And it is. The celestial realms have been aligning threads of fate, watching to see how you handle the ordinary, before entrusting you with the extraordinary. You are not being tested for cruelty's sake. You are being prepared. The universe is assessing whether your inner fire burns steadily enough to illuminate others when darkness descends. Because leadership in its truest form is not about glory, it's about guidance. Nostradamus once wrote of the firebringer who rises when men forget the sky. And this is the energy vibrating through your sign now. Sagittarius, you are that firebringer. You are the one chosen to remind people that light is not found by chance. It is carried forward by courage. You may feel unprepared, and that's natural. Every great transformation begins with disbelief. But think back. Haven't there been countless times when you rose to the occasion despite fear? When everyone else hesitated and you stepped forward because your intuition said, if not me, who? That's the essence of Sagittarius, the call to act before certainty, to trust the inner compass when logic fails. Each of those moments scattered across your life was a rehearsal for what's approaching now. The celestial alert isn't merely an external event. It's an energetic activation. Forces beyond your conscious awareness are rearranging your environment, introducing specific people, synchronizing opportunities, and triggering situations that will require you to lead instinctively. You'll notice conversations that seem casual at first but carry hidden importance. Invitations that seem spontaneous but feel predestined. And within it all, you'll sense a quiet voice repeating, this is the moment you were made for. But let's speak honestly. Stepping into leadership as Sagittarius isn't about control. It's about alignment. You can no longer rely on plans or predictability. Divine leadership requires surrender to divine timing. When the universe calls, it doesn't wait for your schedule to clear. It places you in circumstances where your refusal to act could unravel everything. That's the magnitude of what's coming. It will feel as though the entire cosmos is leaning toward you, urging, stand up. Now, for Sagittarians born in late November, this call may appear through family or community. Someone will look to you for guidance during a crisis, and instinct will take over before you can doubt yourself. For those born in early December, it will manifest through professional transformation. Suddenly, you will be recognized as the voice of reason in chaos, the one capable of uniting fragmented efforts. And for those born in mid to late December, the leadership will be more personal. A calling to embody resilience so fiercely that others rediscover their own through your example. But make no mistake, the path of the chosen is not gentle. The same light that inspires also exposes. When you accept your role, your life becomes visible. Your words carry weight, your choices ripple wider than before. It's the paradox of divine appointment. You gain influence but lose anonymity. Yet even this is part of your evolution. You were never meant to hide. The universe designed your fire to be seen, not contained. You will be tempted to shrink, to question whether you truly have what it takes. Your mind will whisper, surely someone else is better suited. But then, as if on cue, memory will flash of a moment when you led instinctively, when fear bowed to purpose. And that recollection will silence the doubt. Because the truth is, you've been preparing for this all along. You have the strength, the intuition, the wisdom. You simply haven't had a reason big enough to demand all of it, until now. Sagittarius, leadership will ask you to evolve in real time. It will demand that you grow faster than comfort allows. You'll need to develop new emotional muscles. Learn to stay centered even as responsibilities expand. But what you'll discover will astonish you. You'll find that you operate better under pressure than in peace. You'll realize that chaos sharpens your clarity. You'll watch yourself solve problems that would once have paralyzed you. And in those moments, you'll feel something awaken. A recognition that this is who you've always been. The universe does not choose at random. You were selected precisely because of your ability to transform adversity into wisdom, pressure into purpose. The Sagittarius spirit thrives in the unknown. It learns, adapts, and inspires through movement. That's why you were chosen to guide others through turbulence. The cosmic order understands that your courage is contagious, your optimism medicinal. When September arrives, you will no longer have the luxury of hesitation. Decisions will come quickly, intuitions even quicker. But each time you act with integrity and conviction, the universe will expand the path before you. Synchronicities will multiply. Doors that once required effort will open with ease. It will feel as if reality itself is cooperating with your purpose. That's how you'll know you're aligned with your calling. But remember this: leadership is not a crown to wear. It's a fire to tend. It will burn away your illusions, refine your intentions, and reveal the purest version of who you are. That's why it feels both terrifying and exhilarating. Because deep down, you've always known this day would come. You've felt it in moments of restlessness, in the quiet knowing that your story was never meant to end in comfort. So when the celestial alert sounds and the world looks to you for direction, don't search for courage, embody it. Don't wait for signs, you are the sign. Step forward not because you're fearless, but because you finally understood that fear was only ever a veil between you and your true self. This is your summons, Sagittarius. The age of preparation is over. The age of leadership has begun. The world is ready for your light. The only question left is, are you ready to let it shine? Gate 2: the weight and gift of cosmic responsibility. Sagittarius, when destiny selects you, it does not ask politely. It rearranges your life. That's what's happening now. The celestial forces that once whispered from a distance are moving closer, positioning you at the heart of a divine equation. They are not testing your worth, they are activating your function. But with activation comes weight, the kind that can bend lesser souls. That's why only a few are chosen, and you are one of them. First, this responsibility will feel heavy. You'll notice people expecting more from you, even unconsciously. Friends seeking advice, colleagues leaning on your perspective, family looking for emotional strength. It will seem as though everyone suddenly sees something in you that you've barely begun to recognize in yourself. Don't resist this. It's proof that your energy has shifted. When the archer's vibration rises, it ripples through the collective field, magnetizing people who are lost or uncertain toward your clarity. This is no accident. You are meant to lead them, not by authority but by embodiment. Nostradamus once described this phase as the moment when the firebearer's own flame begins to warm others. That is what's happening in your orbit. You are becoming a living frequency of guidance. But here's the paradox. To carry light, you must also know darkness. Leadership will demand you hold both, the calm assurance of vision and the raw vulnerability of humanity. It's not about pretending to be perfect. It's about remaining real while still radiating hope. During this cycle, situations will arise that test your endurance and compassion simultaneously. You might face conflicts at work that force you to choose between convenience and integrity. You might be called to make a decision for others when you barely feel certain yourself. You'll feel the strain of responsibility pressing against your personal desires, asking, will you serve the mission or the ego? These moments are the true initiation of divine leadership. They separate the dreamers from the doers, the talkers from the torchbearers. Sagittarius, you've always loved freedom. It's your element, your oxygen. But here's the hidden truth. Real freedom is not the absence of responsibility, but the mastery of it. The archer who cannot hold the bow steady cannot direct his arrow. The universe is teaching you steadiness now. How to stand tall even when winds of doubt blow through your mind. Because as your influence grows, so does your accountability. People will look to you as a mirror of possibility, and the way you carry yourself will silently teach them how to carry themselves. This is the weight part of the prophecy, the cosmic gravity that comes with expansion. But within that weight lies a magnificent gift. The gift of becoming the example. You will soon witness how your courage sparks courage in others, how your decisions open invisible doors for those around you. One small act of integrity from you can ripple across timelines, changing outcomes for people you'll never meet. That's the true measure of power. Not how much you control, but how much good you create without even realizing it. To manage this responsibility, you must cultivate 3 sacred disciplines: clarity, humility, and renewal. Clarity is your compass. When confusion rises, return to your truth. What serves growth? What serves love? What serves light? Every answer you need is encoded there. Humility is your shield. When praise arrives, and it will, remember you are the messenger, not the message. Gratitude keeps your fire clean. And renewal is your secret weapon. Don't neglect rest or solitude. The archer who never lowers his bow loses accuracy. Retreat regularly into silence to recalibrate your aim. As your light grows brighter, you will encounter those who misunderstand it. Some will project jealousy. Others will resist your vision. This too is part of your training. When you embody greatness, you naturally trigger others' unresolved smallness. But do not dim yourself to soothe their insecurities. Instead, lead by example, compassionate yet unapologetic. Show them that power and kindness can coexist. Remember that the universe doesn't choose perfect people. It chooses available ones. You were chosen not because you have all the answers, but because you're willing to listen to a higher voice. Each time you surrender control and trust divine orchestration, you'll find that problems begin solving themselves in unexpected ways. Doors you thought were closed will creak open with ease. You'll start seeing synchronicities that confirm you're exactly where you need to be. This is the flow of cosmic leadership, effortless alignment through intentional presence. One Sagittarius I once knew was suddenly promoted to lead a failing department after years of quiet diligence. She doubted herself but said yes anyway. Within 6 months, through authenticity and empathy, she transformed not only the company but the morale of everyone around her. I didn't plan it, she told me. I just showed up every day and chose truth over fear. That's the essence of what the universe is asking from you now. To show up with courage, even when you don't have a plan. And here's the divine irony. The more responsibility you accept with grace, the lighter it feels. Because true responsibility is not a burden. It's a rhythm. When you align with your purpose, what once felt like weight becomes wings. You start realizing that you're not carrying the mission is carrying you. You move from resistance to resonance, from anxiety to flow. You begin to understand that being in charge was never about control, but about stewardship of energy. Sagittarius, this is your sacred appointment with destiny. The world doesn't need another loud voice. It needs a steady light. It needs leaders who understand that influence is service, not dominance. You are stepping into that archetype now, the philosopher king, the visionary archer. And while it may sometimes feel isolating, remember this. Loneliness is not the absence of people, but the presence of elevation. Those who walk with stars often walk alone for a while, until others rise to meet them. Carry this truth into September. You were not chosen to suffer under responsibility. You were chosen to transform it into impact. The heavens are not asking you to be perfect. They're asking you to be faithful. To keep your aim steady, your heart open, and your spirit aligned. Every act of integrity you commit in the coming weeks will ripple through dimensions far beyond what you can see. So lift your bow, Sagittarius. The weight you feel is not a burden. It's the gravity of greatness. And soon it will turn into momentum. Gate 3, the trial of transformation. Facing the fear of greatness. Sagittarius, every chosen soul must walk through the valley of doubt before they rise into mastery. The third gate of your prophecy isn't about what happens around you. It's about what happens within. After the call has been accepted and the responsibilities begin to gather, the universe introduces one last, subtle test: the fear of your own greatness. It is not fear of failure that will challenge you now. It is the quiet, unnerving question: what if I truly am everything I've always sensed I could be? You've dreamed of leadership, influence, freedom, but when the vision begins to take shape, your human self trembles. The mind whispers that power corrupts, that visibility isolates, that happiness cannot last. It will tell you that you are unprepared, unworthy, that you might disappoint the very people who believe in you. But Sagittarius, the mind cannot comprehend divine proportion. It wants guarantees while destiny thrives on trust. The life you're about to step into requires faith beyond logic. The same kind of faith you once gave to your dreams before they were tangible. This is the gate where you learn to coexist with uncertainty, to understand that fear is not an obstacle, but a signal that you are standing at the edge of expansion. Every time you step beyond comfort, fear will appear. Don't fight it, thank it. It only visits those who are evolving. Nostradamus wrote of this phase as the tremor before the dawn, the moment when the archer's hand shakes before releasing the arrow of truth. But once released, the fear vanishes, replaced by unshakable clarity. You'll notice in this period that life may feel unusually intense. Emotions magnified, synchronicities heightened, sleep restless. This is not chaos, it's calibration. Your energy field is adjusting to carry a higher frequency. Your nervous system, your intuition, even your relationships will reorganize to accommodate this new vibration. People who once fit comfortably into your life may drift away. Others, previously distant, will arrive as allies. Let these transitions unfold naturally. You're not losing stability, you're gaining authenticity. It's common for Sagittarius to mask fear with busyness. When anxiety arises, you might try to outwork it, to fill every moment with action. But this time you cannot sprint your way through transformation. The arrow must pause before it flies. Stillness is your teacher now. Meditation, journaling, solitude. These aren't luxuries, they're necessities. The more you allow yourself to feel what's shifting, the faster it integrates. Leadership born of avoidance crumbles. Leadership born of reflection endures. There will be nights when you'll question whether you can bear this evolution. You'll feel the loneliness of responsibility, the weight of expectation, the ache of growth. But in those very moments, you'll also sense something extraordinary. A deeper presence behind the pain. Call it God, call it the universe, call it your higher self. It will whisper, "You are not alone in this." Because you aren't. Every Sagittarius awakening now is connected through a web of light across the planet. Each one stepping into courage, into purpose, into visibility, strengthening the others by resonance. You are part of a collective activation, even if you walk your path alone. One Sagittarius once told me, "I thought success would make me feel proud. Instead, it made me feel exposed." That's the paradox of greatness. It demands vulnerability. The more light you emit, the more transparent you become. Your life becomes a mirror for others. They'll see your triumphs, yes, but they'll also see your stumbles. And that's the gift. True leaders inspire not by perfection but by authenticity. Your honesty about struggle will liberate others from shame. Your courage to admit fear while moving forward anyway will teach them what bravery really is. During this stage, you may experience what feels like a breaking point. Responsibilities mounting, pressure increasing, support inconsistent. Yet right before the breakthrough, everything will seem to fall apart. This is a sacred dismantling, the destruction of the version of you that believed leadership meant control. The universe is showing you that true power flows through surrender. When you stop trying to manage every variable and simply trust the divine rhythm, miracles begin to happen. Decisions that once felt impossible resolve themselves. Paths open where none existed. You realize you were never carrying the mission was carrying you. The greatest transformation you will experience is internal. You will begin to sense your higher self not as an abstract concept but as a living presence. It will speak through intuition so precise it feels like memory. You'll recognize patterns in hindsight and marvel at how every heartbreak, every rejection, every delay, was strategically placed to sculpt this very moment. Nostradamus foresaw this awareness when he wrote, "The fire that once consumed becomes the torch that guides. Every scar becomes wisdom. Every fall becomes foundation." Sagittarius, the fear of greatness is healed not through denial, but through acceptance. You don't overcome it by proving you're worthy. You dissolve it by remembering you always were. Every time you doubt yourself, remind your heart, "I was chosen because I already contain the code." You were not selected to represent perfection but to embody evolution. The universe doesn't need flawless leaders, it needs honest ones. You will soon realize that courage isn't the absence of fear. It's the mastery of relationship with it. You'll learn to listen to the trembling without letting it steer you. And in doing so, your presence will gain new gravity. People will feel safe around you because you are safe within yourself. That's the real transformation. The shift from seeking validation to emanating stability. And then one morning it will happen. You'll wake up and feel the difference. The fear will still whisper, but it will no longer rule you. A calm certainty will replace the inner noise. You'll walk into the world with quiet confidence, not needing to prove, only to serve. This is the archer reborn, the leader who understands that the arrow's power is not in its speed, but in its direction. When that moment comes, Sagittarius, you will understand the true meaning of greatness. It was never about standing above others. It was about standing within yourself so fully that your mere existence reminds others of their light. You will become the embodiment of what Nostradamus saw centuries ago. A bearer of wisdom who teaches not through words but through radiance. And that, dear Sagittarius, is how you cross the third gate. By daring to be as vast, as bright, and as free as you were always meant to be. Gate for the rise of the archer. Leading through light. Sagittarius, by the time you reach this fourth gate, something irreversible will have occurred within you. The uncertainty that once blurred your vision will have crystallized into clarity. The restlessness that once drove you in circles will transform into purpose. This is the moment Nostradamus described as the archer crowned not by hand, but by horizon. When destiny ceases to be a dream and becomes the air you breathe. You are no longer the one searching for the path. You are the path. Everything that once seemed random in your life will begin to connect. The childhood struggles that forged resilience, the heartbreaks that deepened your compassion, the years of invisibility that taught patience. All of them form the architecture of your divine design. The universe was never withholding your time. It was constructing your throne. Now, as September's energy amplifies, you will be asked to stand tall in that light, not as someone waiting to be recognized, but as someone whose existence itself becomes a revelation. Leadership for you now is no longer theoretical. It is living, breathing, tangible. You will find yourself at the center of situations where others look to you without saying a word, expecting direction, stability, truth. And you will realize something profound. You no longer have to force authority. You are authority because your energy carries coherence. The archer doesn't lead by demand. They lead by alignment. When you stand in truth, the world naturally organizes itself around you. Sagittarius, you are a sign born under Jupiter, the planet of expansion, wisdom, and faith. That means your leadership is never self-serving. It is spiritual. It uplifts. It reminds others that they are capable of far more than they believe. You will notice that people begin to mirror your energy. When you speak, they listen. When you act, they follow. When you rest, they breathe easier. This is not ego, it's resonance. You've reached a level where your vibration alone influences reality. But with that power comes sacred responsibility. Nostradamus warned that the archer's light shall blind as well as bless if he forgets his purpose. The moment you start chasing validation instead of vision, your light distorts. Remember this. You were not chosen to impress. You were chosen to illuminate. The universe does not reward performance. It rewards authenticity. Each time you return to humility and gratitude, your influence multiplies naturally. You'll begin to see your impact ripple outward in ways you never imagined. A word of encouragement that reignites someone's hope. A decision that creates stability for an entire group. A project that inspires countless others to dream again. You'll notice people start to orbit you. Some seeking guidance, others simply wanting to be near your energy. Don't shy away from this magnetism. Use it wisely. The archer's light is not meant to be hoarded. It's meant to be reflected. Guide others not by telling them what to do, but by reminding them of who they are. In this phase, your relationship with power will transform completely. It will cease to be a concept of control and instead become an act of service. You'll understand that true power is the ability to sustain harmony amid chaos. You'll see that influence isn't about speaking louder. It's about holding silence so sacredly that others hear themselves more clearly in your presence. Your wisdom will become medicine. Your composure will become leadership. Yet even in this season of triumph, you'll be reminded of your humanity. The celestial order will test you with moments of vulnerability. Times when criticism stings, when pressure feels relentless, when loneliness returns like a shadow. These are not regressions, they are recalibrations. The universe will continue refining you, ensuring that your strength remains tempered by empathy. Remember, stars shine brightest against darkness, but they don't hate the night. You are meant to coexist with contrast, not escape it. For Sagittarians born between November 22nd and December 2nd, this leadership may take the form of community guidance, perhaps through teaching, healing, or speaking. Those born between December 3rd and 12th will see their rise through professional or creative visibility, where their work begins influencing larger circles. And those born between December 13th and 21st will embody the most spiritual form of leadership, becoming living examples of grace under fire, transmitting wisdom through presence alone. The most profound realization that will dawn on you in this gate is that your life is no longer about you alone. Your choices are now threads in a larger cosmic tapestry. Your growth expands collective evolution. The light you hold becomes part of humanity's illumination. Nostradamus foresaw this very era, the awakening of the archer not as a conqueror, but as a catalyst. You are that catalyst. You transform by simply being, by choosing integrity when it's hardest, by choosing faith when it seems naive, by choosing love when logic says to withdraw. And here's the miracle. The more you give, the more the universe replenishes you. The more you serve, the stronger you become. You'll realize that energy works like breath. You must exhale to inhale. So share your wisdom, your stories, your strength. Mentor those who remind you of your younger self. Encourage those who doubt their worth. Every seed of hope you plant now will bloom into blessings that circle back to you in divine timing. At this point, material rewards will begin to flow as natural extensions of your alignment. Financial stability, recognition, and support systems will appear, not as miracles out of nowhere, but as reflections of who you've become. When you act from authenticity, abundance is inevitable. But the true wealth of this gate is peace, the deep golden stillness of knowing you are exactly where you're meant to be, doing exactly what you were sent to do. Sagittarius, as you step fully into this role, remember that leadership is not a destination. It's a continuous unfolding. Each challenge you face will unlock deeper mastery. Each success will invite greater humility. You will no longer seek applause because your fulfillment will come from the quiet knowing that you've fulfilled your function in the divine order. This is the rise of the archer, the transition from seeker to sage, from wanderer to wayshower. You are the bridge between wisdom and action, between heaven and earth. You were never meant to follow. You were meant to lead by living truthfully, boldly, compassionately. And as your light spreads across the world, you'll realize the prophecy's deepest meaning. You were not sent to chase greatness, you were sent to become it. Conclusion: the sacred stillness after the summons. Take a breath, Sagittarius. Let everything you've heard settle like starlight inside you. You've walked through the 4 gates. The summons, the wait, the fear, and the rise. What began as a whisper from the cosmos has become a truth you can feel pulsing in your chest, steady, undeniable. You now understand that the celestial alert wasn't a warning of chaos, but an invitation to awaken. It was never about preparing the world for you. It was about preparing you for the world. Every test, every delay, every moment that made you question yourself was sculpting this version of you, the archer reborn in wisdom, clarity, and courage. The universe has not been punishing you. It's been refining you. The storms you survived weren't meant to drown you. They were meant to prove that your spirit cannot be extinguished. Now, as you step into September, you don't need to brace for impact. You need only to open your arms. Leadership, purpose, and abundance are no longer distant horizons. They're the ground beneath your feet. The world is shifting because you're standing in your truth, and that truth will light the way for others. So if this message touched your heart, let it ripple outward. Like, share, and subscribe, not as an act of habit, but as a declaration. I am ready to lead with love, wisdom, and light. Each gesture you make adds energy to the collective awakening of Sagittarius souls around the world. You are the archer, the teacher, the eternal flame. The alert has sounded, and you have answered. Now let the world witness what happens when divine purpose finally meets divine timing.